go ahead and dive in. So good morning, everyone. My name is David DePino. I'm the Director of Training here at the Auctus Group. I'll be walking you through our webinar today on Auctus Grow. During the class today, or during the class, my goodness, during the training today, feel free to ask any questions that you have via the chat tool. And I'm going to go ahead here and just ask that we keep the mics and the videos off. I'll go ahead here and just stop those. Awesome. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. And if there's ever questions, feel free to utilize the chat feature and we can go from there. The reason why I asked for the mics and everything to remain off is really just for bandwidth of the meeting, just to make sure everyone's connection stays good. Zoom, for whatever reason, in their last update, the bandwidth has become so immense with video and audio that I've had, honestly, y'all, tons of issues with it. So anyway, a little traumatized by Zoom. So thank you so much for your cooperation with those asks. I really do appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive right on into the main course, as it were, today, which is the Auctus transition from Dropbox into SharePoint. So Dropbox we've used forever, I think since the company started, so about 10 years or so now. And Dropbox is really good at kind of getting files in, but once they get into the Dropbox system, they just kind of require manual effort. And it's 2023, right? We want to do as much as we can automatically, as much as we can in an automated fashion. So that's what the desire is by going to SharePoint. We are branding it as Auctus Grow because we want to make sure that so I'll go ahead. So Kara, I see your request to record the meeting locally. We'll actually have this session will be recorded. It's actually being recorded right now and will be sent out to everybody. Maria will be sending out an email here in just a little while with the recording today. And there's also a pre-recorded training video too that you'll be able to take a peek at inside of the platform and also in that communication. The first one that was sent out a couple weeks ago. So the idea behind going to Auctus Grow is that we're going to be able to work faster and more efficiently for you. So one of the cool things is when you drop documents into Auctus Grow, we actually will be able to get a notification of it, and we'll be able to work those documents in a more efficient manner. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead here and share my screen. Now, before we dive into the platform itself, let me go ahead here and share my screen. Here we go. I do want to make mention that you're going to receive an email from the Auctus Group asking you to sign up for a Microsoft account to access this information. This is going to be totally from us. It's extremely legit, and it is free to you to do. So once you get your sign-in done, one moment here. Test 1, 2. Yeah, definitely, Nora. We'll be sending out the full webinar and also the training video I also made. So it's pretty much this is just the video in a more casual format where you can ask questions too. I'm also realizing that I'm literally responding to your message about having no sound with my voice. All right, there we go. All right, so again, just to recap here, you're going to get the sign in via your email from the Auctus Group. Go ahead and sign in, it's free. We're utilizing the users in Dropbox as kind of our roster for all of the people who need to be put into Auctus Grow. So if you've had churn, you have new people, you want new people added in, whatever the case may be, just please let us know by letting your revenue cycle manager know. So that way they're able to get that communicated to our IT team and get that completed for you. All right, now we'll dive into the tool. So it's going to be branded to you, so it will have your client name here. And then we're going to go into our charge submission types. So historically, you would have utilized Dropbox, that to be billed folder, to just load everything in, right? Charges, payments, whatever. Anything that comes to you that you want Auctus to see, that's the file where it would go. Now we're asking you to split out your files by file type. So we're going to have charges, payments, non-pay, and other. So charges is anything that you have that we turn into money. So that could be operative reports, that could be super bills, whatever it is that we turn into claims and money for you, those are charges. Payments are any kind of check or payment you received from your insurance companies that you want the Auctus group to post. So that could be a physical check, it could be a virtual credit card. Even though we don't like the virtual credit cards, well, anyway, I'll save what I want to say about virtual credit cards for later. But any kind of payment, anything you want posted to your accounts, that's what you would utilize. Non-pay. So non-pay is anything that is not a denial or rejection, pardon me, anything that is a denial or rejection or a $0 payment. So if there's something else the insurance needs, or maybe there's a rejection that came through, whatever the case may be, that would be a non-pay. And then finally, other. So other is for any kind of correspondence that you get outside of your payments and charges, all that good stuff. So it could be an authorization letter. It could be a contracting request. It could be something from an insurance company that you're like, I have no idea what this is. Auctus, go handle it. That would be other. Now, don't worry. If you choose the wrong bucket, there's not like a punishment or anything like that. We're able to still get the file and work the file, but it just helps us help you. Now, down below, after you choose your payment category, your category, so charges, payment, whatever it may be, you're then going to be able to upload your file. So we see the tab here that says upload file. And then you go to your documents, wherever you keep your files. Mine is a Mac, so it's going to look a little bit different if you're on a Windows machine, but the core functionality is still the same. You would go find your document, give it a click, open it, and then this blue line will go ahead and load it for you. And there you go. It goes really fast. If you blink, you miss it. So there it is. All right. Now you have a couple of options here. So what you can do is you can upload another file in that same category. So again, just choose upload file and the process repeats. Or you can go ahead and click on notes and you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead here, click on my upload, and then submit it. And there you go. Now that goes back to the Auctus group. As you can see here, there's a button for submit another response. So you can click on it and you can go again, do the entire process. I do want to call out a couple of items here. So first, there's a 10 file limit. So if you upload 10 files, that's the cap, but you can always enter more in. That's not a problem. The file size is 100 megabytes, which is pretty large for a document. And then I also want to note the different file types that are allowed. So we have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image, video, and audio. If you need to send those over to us, you can. I know images are usually pretty important. Word files, Excel files, PDFs, whatever it may be. These are the file types that are allowed. And I also want to go ahead here and call out down below the different responses. So you'll be able to see over time what you've submitted and where. So in this testing environment, I've done 11 charges, 1 non-pay, 2 payments, and it's going to show what you've done for all of your submissions. Down below, it will show your files. So this shows exactly what I did and what I uploaded. So I uploaded a couple of different types of items. So we have a MP3 here, a document, and another PDF here. Any questions? And please, y'all use the chat. The mics and everything can really slow the session down just because it will take up a lot of bandwidth. So any questions, comments we have there? All right, let's go ahead and talk about the additional features here. The core kind of functionalities in the middle, but we've built out a lot of really cool features over here on the right-hand side. So it's 2023. I don't know about you, but I have left sending emails about people's availability for a meeting in 2022. So we've offered this new feature, which is book time with me. If you've used like Calendly or really any type of booking software, it's the exact same function, but it's just built into your Grow platform. So it's showing me Brianna Sims. That is because that is my revenue cycle manager. So you can book time with them very, very easily here. We do ask for a 48-hour gap so that we were able to prepare for the meeting ahead of time. It's never fun when someone's like, oh, I'm going to book a meeting 10 minutes beforehand. We got to have answers to your questions. Although, don't let this dissuade you from emailing into your RCM or emailing into whoever you need to talk to at the Auctus group. We tend to be very responsive. So feel free, if you need help, just let us know if you need help sooner than 48 hours. The next tab here are your tag guidelines. So for those of you who have been through implementation, the tag guidelines are maybe recent in your memory. For those of you who have been here for a minute, maybe they're not so recent in your memory. But the tag guidelines are really our constitution for how we all work together. This document indicates who does what, when, how, and where they do it. So as you can see here, we have our main POC, our customer service person, our software, our process info, where all the documentation goes, all that good stuff is here. All right, so the next couple of tabs here are going to only be utilized if you are part of that service. So we have a CC services file here. So CC services is our contracting and credentialing service line. So we are able to go ahead and get you in network and then work on your behalf with the insurance payers. So think of this as a space where you can share documents. So if we ask for a certain form or for a license or for whatever, this is a go-between between you and the Auctus group. This is HIPAA compliant, this is secure. This is a reminder, email is not HIPAA compliant and it's not secure. And the HIPAA fines are thousands and thousands of dollars, so nobody wants that. So we do ask that you utilize the Grow platform when sending documentation, so that way nobody gets hit with a 50K fine. And if anybody has 50K to burn, I'll give you my Zelle if you want to pay me instead of the government. No, just kidding, obviously. All right. The next tool we have here are for my authorizations folks. So if you have authorizations as a service line from the Auctus group, there's two tabs here for you. So one is a submission portal. This is password protected, but I've logged into it so many times that the cookie is saved. This is the same form you use today, just in a different, better spot. And also, if you're an authorizations client, I hope you're sitting down, because the authorizations dashboard is literally what dreams are made of. So you have been used to, if you're an authorizations client, using that form in Dropbox, that spreadsheet that has everything on it and that gets updated as the people work the cases. This new tool actually ties right into the system we utilize to manage authorizations, and it gives you real-time updates as things move. So instead of having to get an email or check Dropbox, it's all in one place. And this has everything you could ever want on it and more. So we have the surgery info, the authorization type, so is no auth required, approved, denied, our network status, where the surgery is happening, the CPTs, and then all the deductible information. So it's just everything you had on Dropbox in a much nicer way. It's awesome. It's really great. Giving you guys more information quicker is the whole goal. All right, so the next space is documents. So documents is going to be utilized, again, as a go-between between us, between the Auctus group and you as our client. Again, this is a HIPAA secure place to send documentation, so that's what makes it really, really beneficial to use. To upload a file, it's just a drag and drop, so you can just go, I'm gonna go grab this, whatever it is. Oh no, I'll grab this screenshot here of my lovely cartoon caricature, and I can just drag and drop it into the folder, and it will load on through. All right. The next tools here are Optum and Availity. So we've put those right there for you in case you need to do an eligibility check or check for benefits. If that's something you do in your office. So those are there for you. You can log in with your own logins. It's just kind of a hyperlink for you. And the final section here is going to be your team. So it will show you who your revenue cycle manager is. In this case, it's Brianna. It will show you who our customer service team is. So there's Sarah. And then authorizations. So this is Alec from the authorizations team. And then if we scroll on down a little bit, you'll be able to see the team members from Auctus leadership. So in the testing environment, we have Maria and John. So just to recap, everybody, there's a lot of sections here you can look at. We're able to go ahead and upload files in a new way. We're able to go ahead and access files in a new way. Oh, I want to mention one other thing here too, payment portal. So you can actually pay your Auctus invoice right through the portal as well. And if you ever want to review, this webinar is getting sent out. This is the recorded session, but we also put a training video here that you can watch. Family. We are delighted to, and it will walk you through every single step in the process that we covered today. So a lot of moving parts, a lot of really cool, fun stuff happening. What questions do we have? And please utilize the chat for those questions. Alrighty, folks. Well, thank you all so much for your time today and coming by our training on Auctus Grow. We are super excited to launch this with you and super excited to work with you moving forward. So thanks again for your time. Have a wonderful day and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.